Hello everybody, today we are going to see one concept of laparotomy closure. It's very important in the midline laparotomies because we know today that the incisional hernia rate, if you have not done a job properly, can go almost up to 10 to 15%. So we are going to demonstrate about how to go close the laparotomy in a patient with a midline closure. So the essence for that is that you will need to have a knife to make an incision. Now if you see, this is a 23 number knife and that's a bar Parker or a BP handle. It's important for the student to understand that how you're going to load and unload this. So if you see this, the way it goes is that you need to do it by the no touch technique, hold it there, and then the BP handle has got a slot on which you have to fit it. Now important is that the students do this step properly, but what they do is the removal step. So when you're removing it, you just have to release it from here, lock it over here, and rather than pushing the knife forward, you have to take the BP handle backward. So this is the way you have to do it. So do this rather than doing this, because this can cause an injury issue and you can land up with a lot of problems. So having loaded this, if you see, the blade has got a particular angle, and if you see this angle, the reason why it is made bored like this is because when you start the incision in any laparotomy, you first hold it like this, and then after you make the incision in the laparotomy from top down. So we are going to do this. If you see the way my shoulder moves, it has a tendency to move backwards. Okay, so the lower part of the incision can sometimes come straight and it can turn outwards or inwards depending on the shoulder movement. So what is important is that once you make an incision, make it with the lower or the bow part of the knife, keep on making the incision, and then as you come up from downwards from that area, you roll it up like this. So this is what actually happens in the incision, that you come from there and then as you come up, you make and roll it upwards this way. So this is the part which helps you, because in the lower part of the laparotomy we know that the bowels are going to be very close. So as you come down, you roll it upwards. Once you have done this, this goes back into a safety tray. Never handle it from hand to hand. So this should be avoided, and this should be put in a special kidney tray and it should be kept on the sides. That you will have a needle here. So as you can see here, that there is a needle which is already there. Don't be in a rush to open up, just hold the needle there, and then the entire suture material comes off. In the previous tutorial you must have seen, so it's always better to hold this particular suture and then try to straighten it out, because straightening out of this suture material takes away the memory, and this memory, when it comes off, then your suture will not get entangled. So a little bit of tuck here and then the memory comes out very well. The next step is the use of a tooth forceps like this, and this is where you can start. So always a laparotomy closure, you will be starting from inside and you will be coming out. So I am going to start from the top and come down till the bottom. So you can see here what I am doing is I am not holding the needle at all. First step is I am going inside out. Now peritoneum, if you can see here, a separate closure of the peritoneum or en masse. En masse is what is recommended now. Why it is recommended now is because what happens is, if you close this separately, sometimes when you are going to close this particular layer, what will happen is there will be an inadvertent bowel inside, and then you can take that. So it's a good idea that we do an en masse. So I'm holding up this peritoneum along with me, and now what I'm doing is I'm taking up my first stitch and going in there. Once I'm taking up this first stitch here, I have gone inside out, and now since I am inside out, I will go outside in. And here also what I will do is I will be taking the part of the peritoneum along with me, as you can see there. So I have gone from inside out and I have gone from outside in on the opposite side, and since this is the loop which is there with me, I am just pulling up this end here, and what I will do now is I will put in this suture through that and I will just lift it out. Now what happens here is that my first area I do not require any knotting, and if you can see here, it has already gone inside. Okay, so I don't have to put up that knot, because those traditional techniques where we keep on looping around and we put the knots, what happens with those traditional technique is, by doing that you create a area where there will be a lot of suture material in this area, and that can be a potential hazard for the biofilm formation. The next is now that I will be following up this area, and I will tell my assistant that he is going to hold with this hand here with this suture material and stay away, and he will keep on retracting this and helping me out for the rest of the suturing. Now what I am doing is, I was outside, So, I will again go inside and again remaining equidistant and going from inside out, and once I have gone inside out, can you leave that please, thank you, hold this. What I am going to do now is I am going to take this part up here and I am going to divide it, just can you keep that loose, keep this little loose, yeah. So, now there are two parts to this, so this part of the suture material will be cut by me. You cut one of the ends, and what you will do is in the previous part which was gone inside, you deliver one end from this side and one end from this side, and now you will be lifting up this entire loops, and by pulling up of those loops you will see that your knots have actually gone inside. So, can you see this? The knots have all gone inside. Now, at this level I will be cutting this short arm here and then I will be putting up my surgeon's knot, and we have already had a tutorial where we were talking about how we are supposed to take a square knot and not a granny's knot. So, the repeated kind of crossing of the hand is very important. Now, once we have done this and we have secured the knot inside, I will be snapping on this short end over here and this will be buried inside, and now the end which is left with me is a single end here. So, with that what we will be doing is I will be going in from one side here and then just go a little bit at the level of the subcutaneous and change the trajectory of the entire suture line. So, you can see here that I have changed the trajectory, or maybe we will be taking it from the opposite side here. So, you can see here that I will be changing the trajectory and taking the entire end down here, and now I am going to snap it over this side here. So, what happens is ultimately you can see that there are no knots outside at all. This will ensure two things, that the formation of the biofilm is gone away, but it is important when you do this technique is to follow the principle that you have to do what we need is a loop closure. So, in the loop closure this is what you can achieve, otherwise it is very difficult without a loop closure.